Welcome to our sixth demo. We're going to talk about additive value. So we're going to talk about shading with graphite. In this demo, I'm working with a variety of different hardnesses and softnesses of graphite. I have a kneaded eraser, which I can kind of go and use to fine tune, lighten up little values. I have my white vinyl eraser that I'm using, where I can go and completely erase something, get rid of it. I have already done a good gesture drawing. I've cited out what I'm going to be drawing. And I'm moving on to doing with value. So I'm drawing an ant. He's holding a Cheerio. So I've already gestured, I've already cited, and now I'm starting to put down some of my base values. So I'm doing kind of an underdrawing. I'm going and putting values all over my image really quickly, starting to figure out where all the shadows are going to be at, starting to figure out how the highlights are going to be working, if there's going to be any reflected light, looking for those different categories of light. So I'm going all over with just kind of a run-of-the-mill HB pencil, putting down my values. I'm working kind of slowly, as you can see. I'm going around the whole image, and I'm shading in a kind of a circular manner. So I work lightly, I shade lightly, and I build up to my darks. I don't want to put something too dark right now because I don't want to go and erase everything and have to start over in that area. So I'm putting that base value down. And then once I get that down, I can start to put the details over top of that. So now I've kind of shifted gears. I've switched pencils. I'm getting deeper shadows. I'm starting to put in some tiny little hairs, details like that. So here in a second, as you can see, I busted out a piece of paper and I'm using that as kind of a guard. So you can create a guard by taking a piece of paper, putting it underneath there. This is really important if you're one of those people that likes to put their hand down on the drawing, so you're not smudging your drawing the whole time. So I have a guard down there, and I'm going and starting to put in details. So as I'm kind of going through here and adding details and deepening my shadows, you can see that I'm switching back and forth between pencils. So I'm using the softer pencils to get those deeper shadows. I'm using the harder pencils to get in fine details, like hairs on this guy. I'm using my kneaded eraser. I like to often kind of take my kneaded eraser and kind of twist it to like a little point, so then I can go in and just pull out tiny, tiny little flecks, tiny, tiny little highlights. As I'm drawing, you've probably also noticed that I grip the pencil differently at different times. Sometimes I'm gripping it kind of lightly, more in the middle to kind of shade. Sometimes I'm more up at the end of the pencil to kind of get more fine details. So I'm kind of going back and forth between those two. I'm always kind of shading in a circular manner, trying to cover my tracks so you can't see a bunch of textures that I don't want. So I'm really trying to control that gradations on that ant, on that Cheerio. Okay, so there's my ant. He has this kind of creepy human eye. I thought it would be cute, but it just came off more unsettling than anything. But he's holding up a Cheerio. Okay, so what we're going to be doing with graphite, we're going to start off with the gesture drawing. We're going to be citing it. We're going to put down our base values. We're going to use a kind of guard. We're going to take a piece of paper, fold it, be drawing with that underneath our hand so we're not smudging. And we're going to work from light to dark. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. And I look forward to seeing your all's additive drawings.